Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the seventh lesson of geography, lifeline of national economy. Students, you are living in different part of country, and there are many things which are not available at your place. Means you do not grow the plants or crops in your area because the climatic condition is not according to such type of crops. Like apple, it is not grown in northern plain area, but we purchase this from the market. There is a cashew nut we purchase from the market, but it is not grown in our area, in northern plain area. Then how these all things reaches to you? How do you purchase from the shopkeeper? There is a means of transport by which the things travel from one place to another place. We get everything which we need because the shopkeeper, the wholesaler, they purchase the things from that area where they grow, like coconut, cashew nut, apple, pineapple. These all things are not grown in northern plain area. Then also we get these all from the market due to transportation. Today we are going to discuss about transportation. Means of transportation. Means of transportation are divided in given way, and it is also called lifeline of national economy because as a vein and arteries works in our body, they carry blood from one organ to another organ, and due to that we are alive. In such way there are means of transportation. The means of transport: land transport is given. Road land transport, roadways, railways and pipeline are there. And again then there is a water transport. In water transport, inland water transport, overseas water transport is there. Then air transport. Air transport includes domestic airway and international airways. And domestic airway, it includes the public undertaking, means the government run the airways. Then private airlines are taken by individuals. In this way, these three types of main transports are there. Now we are going to discuss about this in detail. Now we are going to discuss about roadways. Roadways are very important because when we compare roadways with railways, the construction of roadways is cheaper than the railway, and also with the help of road we can reach the other means of transport, like we can reach to railway, to airport or seaport by roadways. And construction of roadways in hilly area is also easy than the rail transport, and also it provides door-to-door services. In this way, the roadways are better than that of railway. Now we are going to see the Golden Quadrilateral and other corridors, the roads which are made in our country. Here, Golden Quadrilateral, it connects 4 mega cities of our country, Delhi, then Delhi to Mumbai, Mumbai to Chennai, then Chennai to Kolkata. It connects 4 mega cities of our country. That is why it is known as a Golden Quadrilateral super highway. It is super highway with 6 lanes, and then the north-south corridor which connects Srinagar and Kanyakumari. It is a north-south corridor, and another is east-west corridor. It connects Silchar in Assam and Porbandar in Gujarat. It is east-west corridor. National highways are under the control of central government. Here about them given: National highway connects extreme part of the country, the area which are very busy, or the area where we cannot reach in that areas are connected. The area which are situated too far from each other, they are connected with the national highways. There are the primary road system and are led and maintained by PWD. National highways are primary road system, means these are the base for the country. On the basis of national highway, there is a development of economy. Different things are carried from one place to another place. It is led and maintained by the CPWD. It is Central Public Work Department, and a number of major national highways from east to west, north to south, and the historical Sher-Shah-Suri Marg, which was made by Sher-Shah-Suri, it is known as the National Highway number 1. It is Sher-Shah-Suri Marg, Sher-Shah-Suri Highway. It is known as National Highway number 1. Now, state highways. State highways are undertaken by the state government, by the PWD. The maintenance of the roads are done by PWD, and this state highway, it connects the different districts of the state. These are also important. Then district road. In district, the Jila Parishad, they maintain the roads, they build the roads, and they are connected by the different villages, the block, and the last one is other roads. In other roads, there are many metalled and unmetalled roads. In our country, Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, many roads were made in the rural area to connect them with the district or to the block, because in rainy season the people who are living in villages, they were suffering, they were cut from the district, and if any problem create in that area, they were unable to reach the district or hospital or anywhere. That is why the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana was started and they were connected to the district. Now we are going to discuss about border roads. There are long border with China, Nepal, Pakistan and also with Afghanistan. In that area, it is very essential to construct road for our strategic importance. Border Roads Organization, a government of India, undertaking constructs and maintains roads in the bordering area of the country. This organization was established in 1960 for the development of the roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. Not only northeast area, in western part of our country also, Pakistan is there, our border is there, and roads are constructed for our strategic use. This is why border roads are very important. At the time of war, these are very important. Roads are also classified on the basis of material used in them, metal road and unmetal road. Metal roads are made of cement and same, and also the iron rods are used in making them, and also it is made by bituminous of coal. But these are the good road. These are used in rainy season also. Another type of road is unmetallic road or kacha road. These roads are not useful in rainy season. Now the next topic is road density. What is road density? The number of roads per 100 square kilometer. Per 100 square kilometer, the length of the road per 100 square kilometer, it is known as the density of roads. The density of roads is not even all over the country. Students, you know that our country is a physical feature. In northern India, north, the Himalaya mountain is there, then northern plain is there, western desert is there, then plateau area, Deccan plateau area, coastal plain. When different type of physical features are there, due to which some areas are not good for laying the road. That is why the network of the roadways is not equal all over the country. City of roads in Jammu and Kashmir area, this is mountainous area, it is only 8.04 kilometer. And when we compare this with Uttar Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh it is 532 kilometer, 532.27 kilometer is there. In this way, the roadways are not same all over the country. There are many problems in the roadways. The number of highways are not sufficient. There is a congested area more travelers are there, more vehicles are there, traffic jam problem is there, and also some areas are not connected with good roads, with pakka roads. Many problems are there, and also some roads are very old, and the bridges which are made on them, they are narrow. Only one or two vehicle can be passed at a time. That is also congested. These are the problems of roadways of our country. Next topic. Now we are going to discuss about the railways. Railway play an important role in the economy of our country. It is used for multi-purpose. Many uses are there for carrying bulky load, heavy load like iron ore, coal, limestone, cement. For carrying these all things, it is used, and it carry very large amount of raw material from one place to another place, and also it carry passengers from one city to another city, from one state to another state. As people get employment in other state, they use railway as going for there as a transport, and also people go to the different part of the country for pilgrimage, and also for seeing the forest area. These are animals. It means for going from one place to another place, this is the means of transport which is very important. It carry the goods which is very essential for industries and also for agriculture. It provides the help to industry and also for agriculture, which is very important, which play very important role in the Indian economy. Now the things related to the railway of our country. Railway in India bind the economic life of the country as well as help in development of industries and agriculture. The Indian Railway have a network of 7,133 stations spread over a route length of 64,460 km with fleet of 9,213 locomotives, 53,220 passenger service vehicles are there, 6,493 other coach vehicles, and 2,29,381 wagons were there on 3rd March 2011. This is the data of our railway given in our book. Now next we are going to discuss about the distribution of the network of the railway. As you know, the physical feature of India is varied from one place to another place. In some area desert is there, in some area plateau, small mountains are there. That is why everywhere the network of railway is not available equally. In northern plain area the good network of railway is there, and in Deccan Plateau also the taking of the help of modern technology, the railway network is made. And also in the Western Ghat Konkan railway is made. That area is very hilly area. In that area also the construction of railway has been taken place. Railway is very important for our country, for the development of industry and for the development of agriculture. Next topic is pipeline. Pipeline is utilizing in present time. In beginning it was used for the supply of water. Afterwards it was started for supplying crude oil from one place to another place, then the gas supply from one place to another place, and this is the new form of transportation of minerals, crude oil and gas from Assam. One example is given here. There are three important network of pipeline. The first one we are going to discuss here. Transportation in the country. Three important network of pipeline is there in our country. And first one is from the oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad. It has branches from Barauni to Haldia, via Rajmand to Maurigram and Guwahati to Siliguri. Second pipeline is given here, which connects Salaya in the Gujarat to the Jalandhar in Punjab via Viramgam, Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. Its branches connect Koyali near Vadodara, Gujarat, Chakchu and other places. Third gas pipeline is from Hazira in Gujarat, connects Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in MP, Madhya Pradesh. Its branches to Kota, Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babrala and other places in Uttar Pradesh. It connects different part of Uttar Pradesh. This is the new form of transportation, the pipeline.